What's up, social media family? It's Chris, your favorite host. Well, today I'm your favorite host. No rhyme or reason to when I do these things. I just meet interesting people that got great things to share, and we share them on a little thing I call Conversations with Chris. So welcome to having a peek into my conversation. And my conversation today, this is a fun one because most real estate businesses run on caffeine and chaos, but Kara runs hers like a hospital. She's literally a doctor of pharmacy turned realtor and co-founder of Cloud Realty. They've got a special thing going on, which means while the rest of us are winging follow-up, she's got systems, protocols, checklists for everything. Basically, process nerd in the best way possible. Today, we're stealing her playbook. Kara, welcome. Glad to see you here. Thanks for coming, man. I've been trying to get you and Sean to talk to me for so long.
Hi, thank you for having me. I love watching that hype video. Makes you look so cool, Chris.
Wasn't it fun? Yeah, you like that song and all those things. Yeah, I did. I got to make a new one actually. I think in a vertical format there, but it'll be good. So let me ask. So most agents come from sales and marketing. I mean, like we get people that have a lot of crossovers. You get agents from sales and marketing, other things. You came from pharmacy. How the heck did that happen?
So I knew I wanted to be a pharmacist early on in life. I was 16 and started working my first job. I couldn't wait to start working. And I was just raised in, you go to work, you have your 9 to 5. Never really introduced to the idea that I could work for myself, or on myself for that matter. It was always work for somebody else, right? So super excited to get a job at 16, get a car, pay my insurance, all that jazz. So my first job was in a pharmacy. I fell in love with it. Went to pharmacy school, did the whole degree, all that jazz. And my final year of pharmacy school, I start dating my now husband, who has never liked to work for anyone else, always wants to work for himself. And he has always been in the space of serving other people. And over the course of his career and his experiences in life, he has found he can do a lot of good for real estate agents in his space and his experience with ads, marketing, all that stuff. So he's actually the one that kind of pulled me into it because we were serving agents together. We founded cloudrealty.com together. I wasn't an agent at that point. I was still a pharmacist at home taking care of our babies. And he tells me, he's like, have you ever thought about getting into real estate? I said, well, we do serve agents all the time. Mm-hmm. And I like serving people also. Mm-hmm. I got into healthcare in the first place. So I just said, I'll just try it. Did the course, got my license. Wasn't really active my first year. And it's almost like the floodgates kind of started. Like I started posting on social media, and of course it was friends that used me first. And they were so gracious and wonderful and allowed me to make all the mistakes. And I learned the powerful tool of a great mentor in those times. And so those friends really kind of helped me get started. And I posted on social media maybe twice. And since then, it's just been referral after referral. I almost fell into real estate because my husband said, you know what, let's just give it a go. And I said, wow, let's do it. Let's do it. So it's kind of an accident, but I love it.
It's a happy accident, as Bob Ross would say. But yes, you see this a lot where people you created a better mousetrap, so we'll talk about what Cloud Realty is, but helping agents generate leads. And kind of from your guys' perspective, it's like, why wouldn't you want to get your license? And I love how you're saying, I just always was, you grew up in the world in our society where it's just go get an education, get a degree in something, find yourself a good job, do your 20, 30, 40 years, have your pension, all that security, all that stuff. And you kind of, here you are, Dr. Kara, your degree in pharmacy, then all of a sudden you're like, entrepreneur husband says, hey man, why don't you try to get into business for yourself? And now you're loving it. And you're still, by the way, Kara's coming off a 14-hour pharmacy shift yesterday. So she's talk about grind and hustle. And that enables you to service you do have some real estate sales clients, like people that are looking to purchase homes and sell homes and invest in real estate.
Four active buyers right now.
4 active buyers on top of that. And then how many agents are you servicing in the Cloud Realty world? Like where you have your guys are marketing company, and you've
Mhm.
got how many agents?
We've got 100 plus at the moment.
Yeah. So around the country. So, I mean, so,
In
and
Canada also, yeah.
did you hear that she's got a couple of kids too? So let me ask you that. I mean, look, coming in contact with a lot of agents, being in this business, what did pharmacy train into you that the average agent just doesn't have that you're seeing now? I mean, you've got a great vantage point for that.
So in pharmacy, everything is a process. And as much as we like to, as humans, hate on corporations, um, there's a reason there are SOPs for everything. And being in a medical field where attention to detail is paramount, it could mean life or death. It really can also mean life or death in a relationship.
Okay.
Between your agent, your buyer, your agent, your seller.
Mm.
You've got to pay attention to what's important, because every buyer is different. Every seller is different. Some want all the details. Some want to know every time there's a showing. Some want to know, they want to know everything. And some say, just check in with me once every 2 weeks. Let me know how the sale's going.
Yes.
So paying attention to the details that the person, if you let someone talk, they'll tell you what they need.
Yeah.
So
I would say they'll give you all the bullets for your gun to shoot them with, right? So you got to ask them questions.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. And find out what's important to them. And it is literally the same way when I see patients every single day. It almost feels like I'm not moving from one job to the next. When I go from last week, I had a 12-hour day of showing properties to an out-of-town buyer from Florida. The very next day, I was working a 14-hour shift at Walgreens, and it doesn't feel different. I am still servicing people, and pharmacy, believe it or not, is just as much of a relationship game.
I believe it. And it's interesting because I think people choose what they want to do with their life or their careers based on the mechanics of it, or the tasks around it, right? Instead of really focusing on what am I looking to accomplish in the world? What kind of value am I looking to add to society and people? What am I hoping to, what kind of change am I hoping to make in the world, right? And I think you're right. You've made that correlation between, hey, I'm helping people in the world of pharmacy, and it has to do with needs analysis and listening to people, and you're solving a problem or giving them a good feeling. And it's the same thing with real estate sales, right?
Same thing.
I'm talking to people. Everyone's like, what don't you do? Right. I do a lot of things too. And I'm like, I do everything that has to do with talking to people. And it's just to kind of, it sounds real simple, but that's really everything that I do has to do with me communicating somehow, with the goal of just making people's life a little bit better as a result, of meeting me. And that's all I hope to do.
We're born to be in community with people.
Yeah.
We are not born for this isolation. And in 2026, we are more connected and more isolated than ever before. It's the most interesting dichotomy.
It is.
We are so connected with every platform ever, but we still get stuck watching other people's highlight reels and comparing ourselves to the best thing that happened to this person that we knew from high school that we didn't even like, right? That the best thing that happened to them last month, the whole photo dump no one asked for that you see on social media. Yeah. And what's interesting is you're watching their best pieces while you're in between tasks, while you're doing the mundane things, while you're going from mopping the floor, you gotta sit down for a minute because the kitchen's big, kind of broke a sweat a little bit, which is embarrassing to admit now that I sweat a little bit when I'm up. But you are in the middle of these mundane tasks that seem so menial, and you're already like, my life is so not glamorous, and you take that break and you see their best. It's like, it creates this huge separation, this huge distance. Yeah. And it's just not life.
Mm. It's not. Well, it's funny because you'll see people like, hey, look at us on a yacht in Cancun, but they're not posting the video of you when you got bad nachos and you were on a toilet for a couple of days, which that happened too.
That happened to Chris. Let's be honest. That wasn't me. I think
it happens to all of us, but it's that's exactly right. And that's I'm not much of a social media consumer, and but it is a thing. It does make you feel connected because there's people that, from high school or my childhood friends that I haven't talked to in a while. And it makes me, just by seeing them pop up here, here and there, it makes me feel like I'm still having a relationship with them and I'm in communication with them. And then you see someone in person. It's like, oh, I haven't seen you in 20 years. What do you mean?
Didn't your kid just start kindergarten last week?
Oh yeah, that's right. I wish you happy birthday last month, and then a couple of, so that's what happens. But I mean, that's a great observation. It's and it's almost like a necessary. It's almost like I mean, I don't think if it was for business, and I probably would go. People are always like, oh, I always see you on social media. Oh, did you see that thing? Did you see this I posted? Did you see that? And I'm like, no, I'm not really a social media consumer. I don't really pop that thing open, So that's what it is. Unless Sean sends me some funny things, but that's what happens, and people send you stuff. But let me ask you, what's we talk a lot about habits, like in the coaching field. It's getting people, which is some of the stuff we're working with some of the Cloud Realty agents on right now. What's one habit you from your client, from your clinical training that shows up in your real estate every single day?
Wow. Picking the best one is it's hard because there are so many. There's so much overlap. I really think it's just listening.
Yeah. A good listening habit.
It's so important. People call and they will be so angry about, people get very mad about their medications. They call and the first thing what they want to do is blame pharmacy. Pharmacy messed this up. They don't really want to think about the fact that their doctor sent the wrong thing in, but they just want to call and they just want you to hear them. I mean, it's so easy to jump into, hold on, I know I didn't do this and my team didn't do this. Early on, before problem solving and truly good customer and patient service was a cornerstone for me. I was just kind of getting my footing, getting my grounds. Early on, I was so quick to jump to, whoa, hold on. That worked about 0% of the time. It is literally, oh, I cannot believe that happened. I am so sorry that happened. I want to take care of you. You are my patient. I'm going to take care of you. And when they hear they're being heard, it's a game changer. They go from angry and mad to, wait, this person's my advocate. And it is the exact same in real estate.
Yeah.
They just want to hear you. They just want to know you're hearing them.
It's that customer service training. I don't think we have that in real. Is this something that comes naturally to you, or did you have training around that? Like kind of this listening, this deep listening, customer service.
Growing up, I was taught to listen to respond, not to understand. And so that was what has been like drilled into me. And in pharmacy school, we actually had an entire semester where we learned this thing called motivational interviewing. And if you don't know what it is, I know it's kind of an umbrella term, but in healthcare, it's, let's say, Chris, you want to quit smoking. I need to it's a whole step-by-step process. They tell you where they're at, the details, how often they're smoking, how early in the day when they wake up, they have a cigarette, time to first cigarette. But it's when someone has said they want to make a change and listening to where they are, formulating a plan together. And basically, I really think it comes down to, it's actually a really good sales tactic of using their words and what they say to sell them on the dream. They say they want to quit smoking. You find out what's important to them. Mm-hmm. Oh, so you told me you just had your very first grandbaby. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, that is so special. And, so you're going to build a playground in the backyard for that brand new grandbaby. And you must be so excited to play with that brand new baby.
Going deeper into that why, really get them connected.
You go into the why, and then you title in at the end, like, this is not just about you quitting smoking. This is about you giving your family the opportunity to have more time with you, because you're selfish if you don't, because your family's going to miss you.
Yeah. It's
if you're on the couch from COPD, or if God forbid you get lung cancer. And it's the same. I mean, with everybody, and you can use motivational interviewing techniques in any field.
Sure.
It doesn't have to be pharmacy, but that was one key thing that I learned in pharmacy school that has helped me in all facets of life.
Yeah, I teach the agents I work with the same thing in real estate. Like you're working with a buyer, and people will tell you a feature. Hey, I want a big kitchen, or I'd like a large backyard. And then most agents will say, okay, great, large kitchen, large backyard. Next, how many bedrooms do you need? Right. So, what's important about a large backyard? Is it that you want to grow a garden, or did you have kids that play soccer, or do you want a big kitchen because you're going to do a kitchen? You entertain a lot of people, or are you going to shoot a cooking show there? So
selling the vacation and not the plane ride.
Mm-hmm.
It's such a good example of that. My out of town Florida buyers, I went and did a virtual tour 2 days ago for them because they're back in Florida, and they have a daughter who has pretty severe autism. And one of the mom's huge goals in life is to open up a storefront that helps people like her daughter, teaches skills for people who might have varying levels of intellectual ability. And the mom also likes to bake sourdough, and she wants to make goats, and she wants to do the whole homestead thing. So I used AI. The house that they looked at virtually, they love it. They're actually coming up to see it next week. They're making a trip for it. So fingers crossed it's the one. I used ChatGPT to take that house, and I had it create in front of the house at the road a farm stand with fresh eggs, sourdough, and I even put the daughter's name over it. I put Kaylee's farm stand to show them this is the dream you want. I'm here supporting you for that dream. This is where this can come into play. So it's motivational interviewing meets real estate. You're not stopping smoking. You want to open up a storefront.
It meets artificial intelligence. I just want to point out what, in a world where AI is all the buzz, and it's kind of dehumanizing a lot of things. What a great example of using AI to deliver something that's, hugely humanizing to the real estate buying process. So kudos to you there. But let me ask you about some, I know you're a big systems person, and pharmacies, protocols, checklists, and zero mistakes, right? So where did you realize real estate was way too loose and needed some structure?
When I realized it moved at the speed of Kara.
Okay.
It was, my brain is in 500 different places. I don't know if you can hear my 4 and 2 word right now.
Yeah, I'm telling them to go talk to. I know you got
the ones. Came crashing in from the toy room, and I'm like, oh my God. So my brain is always in 500 different places. And on top of that, I've got ADHD. So Chris, if you ever text me and you don't get a text back, I've read it and I'm working on whatever that mental note is.
And then you forget. I do the same thing. It's why I don't want to read the stuff until I'm ready to respond. I mean, I get it.
It's such a good, I'm going to take that. But needing, I had to, or else I wasn't going to succeed. And that's where my husband comes in, Sean. He pushes me and helps me grow and shows me the side of myself that I don't like, all out of love, because he knows I'm capable of so much. He has been just instrumental in helping me develop those systems and processes, because if I didn't have them, I don't even know. I would never text people back. I'd lose clients. I would forget about the request for repair. I would not schedule the home inspection,
Yeah. What's a process that you've built that immediately improved results? I mean, does anything stand out to you?
Anytime I have anything to share, really, social media is a really powerful tool. Because like I said, I wasn't doing a lot. My friends, of course, trusted me. Thankful for that. But when I started just posting that I closed a house, like with a screenshot, I got on Canva, made something real quick. When I started posting that, people started interacting and noticing, and people that, the woman who are Sean and I's wedding organizer or coordinator, day of coordinator, literally sent me a message and said, can you help me getting an appraisal for my mom's house? And of course, that was a huge open for, I was like, oh, why is she on an appraisal? What's she doing? What's going on? And so just posting, like sitting down at the end of the day, even if it's like nothing really to post about, a screenshot from my Google Maps from the day I did 12 hours of showings. We drove 300 miles. Just a screenshot of that, showcasing, hey, I work hard for you.
That's right.
And just sitting down, it literally takes like 5 seconds. Ask ChatGPT to tell it about your day, what you've done for real estate, and say, hey, make a short, concise social media post for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
It doesn't have to take a lot of time. I think people overcomplicate things, and
for sure. We're just human at the end of the day, man. We're all human. We're all just grown kids. I figured out we're all just big kids.
Yeah. I wish somebody would have told me that I wasn't going to grow up. I was just going to get older, because that's really what it is. I mean, I'm 45 years old, and it's like, by the time I turn 30, like, I know you're right there, right? You just turned 30. How old are you now? 32? Yeah. So it was like, but by the time I turned 30, people were like, I guess that's just the way he's going to be, because everyone told me I was going to grow up someday. Never happened. But that's awesome. I think the discipline that you bring from the pharmacy world. And it's funny that you say, hey man, I've got ADHD here. So, but you're able to apply this discipline and follow these systems and procedures in your real estate business. Let's talk about Cloud Realty. There's lead generation companies everywhere, marketing companies everywhere. I've been in this game for a long time. Over 20 years. And it's very rarely do you find one that's kind of worth their weight in gold or worth their salt, right? So what's your actual edge at Cloud Realty? And Sean has shared this with me, that secret sauce and everything, but from your perspective, what's your actual edge there at Cloud Realty?
We hold people accountable. It is so easy, places like Op City, they call you if you don't answer. Next, they don't really care about your success. So we hold people accountable. Yeah. We support our agents on a daily basis. We coach. We watch game tape with our agents when we do our live call transfer reviews. We do check-in calls. Like, we care.
Mm-hmm. So I was like, "Aw, hey kiddo, there he is. Hey Benji, what's going on, buddy? Don't be sad."
It's hard to be too.
So it's what's up, buddy? Remember, man? I know. And you guys are pay on production, right? That's right, because you're like partnering with people where it's if the agent doesn't succeed, you guys aren't in business.
Yeah, so we've got skin in the game.
That's particularly a big deal. So is Cloud a marketing company or an operations company, would you say?
Anybody can be in marketing. Anybody can run a Facebook ad. We're operations.
Okay.
Because people get leads all the time. People run Facebook ads all the time, Google ads all the time. But they still don't convert. Yeah. That's the problem. So we instill the back end.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, for sure. It's where do you think most agents are wasting money on leads right now?
Where do I think they're wasting the money?
Yeah.
They're not doing anything with them. They're getting them in, and as soon as they get this lead in, I'm sorry, I'm having to be mobile. This kid needs something. So as soon as that lead comes in, they're like, oh, they can only afford $2,000 a month. And they automatically discount them and cut them off. It's like, well, hold on, let's connect them to a lender because we don't know what they need. They don't know what they need. Newsflash, one of the first properties Sean and I bought, we thought we were approved for a certain amount, found out we were approved for 2.5 times more than that. Wow. Because we're not lenders. We're not the pro in that, people are losing money because they're discounting people, and actually giving everyone a fair shot at home ownership increases conversion rate. So keep an open mind. You're not a lender. There's a reason you're not a lender. Let the experts do the expert conversations. Yeah,
have the conversation. It's I think you said something too, like they discount them too quickly. It's a lot of agents. It seems like they're wasting money. Like they're paying ad spend. They're doing what they can to get the leads, and then if it's not instantaneous, it's like the microwave generation. They're looking for like the right now deal, and it seems like they've got terrible follow-up systems, and that's where they're losing a lot of money at the back end. I know Sean was sharing with me that sometimes your team, your customer service team, is calling people that are in their CRMs, and they had bought or sold with other agents. Meanwhile, the agent missed the opportunity. You're like, oh, they're not serious, they're not ready, and the deal came and passed.
Exactly. It is a relationship game through and through. And agents are oftentimes, if you hear agents complaining about, oh, the leads suck, it's like, do the leads suck, or did they not connect with you? Which is fine. Not everyone's going to connect with every agent. We're not meant to. We'd all be way too busy if we were supposed to connect with every single person, right? But when this person, the chances are, I mean, buying and selling real estate is one of the biggest financial decisions most Americans are going to make. And you're expecting someone to be on a phone call with you for 3 minutes and say, you know what, this is it. This is the one. I'm going to use this person to help me sell this $250,000 property, or help me buy a bigger house for for $500,000. It's like relationship. Yeah. They need to know the value you bring. They need to know that you support them, and you're going to help them get to their goal because you care and not because you have commission breath.
Yeah, right. So you approached it from the onset as a long game. Just like, you jumped in and you said, this is going to be, I'm going to develop these relationships, and it's not going to be kind of a microwave instantaneous transaction.
That's exactly right. It's not a fast turn. I mean, yeah, sure, you get some of those, but that's not as common, right?
Yeah, well, yeah. Look, I always say sometimes you're going to get the right now people. I mean, in my first year, the first buyer I ever started working with, I didn't end up selling him a house till my second year in the business. Meanwhile, that first year, I did get a sign call, showed up, and people bought that house right then and there from. And they had been looking for months, and it just happened to be the stars happened to be in alignment. So you never know, but you got to stay in the action.
It does happen, and being able to connect well with people and reach people well is what's a skill you have for certain, Chris. And like I said, not everyone's going to connect. That person probably had interacted with agents prior to you. They just didn't really vibe with. That's fine.
It's okay.
But and it was the right house, people, and they're genuine, Yeah. Like, we vibed immediately.
Yeah. Yeah. I teach a lot of things. One of the classes I have is get niche or die trying, which is really making your world big by niching down and saying, who am I? How am I showing up? Who am I meant to work with in the world? And finding those people. And real estate is such a thing. Like, everyone's going to need it at some point in their life. And I remember I hired an agent one time, and he came from industry where he sold stone, construction stone to contractors. So think about how small his market is. It's just contractors, just these types of stone. So he got into real estate, and he was like, Chris, this is amazing. How many houses are on every block in Queens County? He's like, the world is so big. The opportunity for real estate is so huge. Yes. And some people think about it that way, but then how many realtors do you meet that's like, oh, there's too much competition, there's so many realtors out there? Well, let me tell you, you're not meant to work with everyone, and everyone's not meant to work with you. So and that's really okay. So give me an example of like your process here. So a lead comes in, you start working with somebody. What's it look like for a buyer or seller lead that comes in, just enters Kara's world, up until the point where you close a transaction, and after that sale? What's that look like?
Well, if at all possible, I get that phone call from the person, and I don't really start out asking, sure, it's like, so you got a house to sell, or you want to buy? I ask them to tell me about themselves.
Yeah.
Like, sure, the house is the end game, but the relationship is what's going to bring it to fruition. If there's no relationship, they don't want to work with you. So tell me about yourself. So tell me about your family. Tell me, you need 4 bedrooms. You've got 2 kids. You want 4 bedrooms. Are you wanting like a home office in that other bedroom, or you want to have another baby?
There's some lifestyle considerations.
Yeah. And, people sometimes say I get a little bit too personal. So sue me. I get a little too personal sometimes. And I want to work with the people that also get too personal, because I end up with such good friends out of transactions. Like, everyone's been a referral. If it's not someone personally in my sphere, it's been a referral. And so these out-of-town buyers, they were referred to me from my best friend's husband, who he hasn't spoken to or seen in person for 6 years. They went through boot camp together, and they served together, and they kind of kept they were such good friends. Once you have that kind of a bond, it never goes away. And they're moving up to Huntsville because his job's moving him up here to Redstone Arsenal. And immediately he's like, "Oh, you've got to work with Kara." And so when they came up a few weeks ago, last week, 2 weeks ago, we hit it off because we had been communicating. Me and him, me and the wife and the husband, we have been talking. I mean, we are like friends. Like two of their kids came up with them. I mean, we had lunch together. Of course, I had to take them to like a fabulous local lunch spot that they would never forget, because food is very important to people, very important for connection, at least here in the South. But you just talk about them. People love to talk about themselves.
Well, you get high behavior, they'll tell you. And otherwise, sometimes you do have to ask questions to draw it out, right? But people do love to talk about themselves. That's why this stuff works. Hey, are you putting Benji in bed?
Sorry, I had to get my charger here.
Hey, listen, man, there's no rules here. This is fun. This is how spontaneous we do these things. And we this was literally like, "Hey, Doc, you want to go live?" And you're like, "Oh, when?" And I'm like, "Well, I got some time now." And we're like, "Let's do it." And we put it together, and it's a lot of fun.
Right? For everyone.
Yep, and Benji joined us. So I like to do like kind of a lightning round. So can I throw some rapid fire questions out there about your playbook?
Yes.
All right. So first, one tool you can't live without.
My CRM.
One workflow you'd never skip.
Oh, that's hard. Probably the initial introduction meeting. I could never skip that.
That sequence, right?
Which, I mean, I guess you can't. I guess whatever the first one is your introduction.
You absolutely can. I mean, you're seeing it happen, right?
Well,
what about one mistake you see agents repeat constantly?
Overpricing properties and then complaining when it hasn't sold. And then you try to tell them, "Hey, out of a place of love, I'm telling you this hasn't sold because it's too expensive." "Oh, that can't be it." I'm like, everything will sell at the right price. And you just don't have it yet.
Yeah, that's so common, right? One thing you'd fix first if you took over a struggling team.
What I would fix first?
One thing you'd fix first if you took over a struggling team.
Accountability. I mean, why are you struggling? Chances are really good it's going to come back to accountability. Sure. In some form or fashion, whether it's the management of the team or the individual agents. Can't go wrong there.
And how about if someone wants to scale faster, what should they stop doing immediately?
Gosh, Chris, these are such good questions because
there's fun stuff. Yeah, and that's why I don't tell you what to, this depends on
there are so many things. If someone wanted to scale faster, stop caring what other people think, man.
Stop caring about what people
think. Get your truck wrapped if you want to. Like, I've seen so many agents say things like, "Oh, I don't want people to think this about me," or, "Oh, I don't want to be like this big agent because then he got billboards everywhere." And it's like, okay.
Yeah.
You want to do more? You want to scale? Do more. Be more. Be bigger.
Yeah. Stop caring about what other people think about you.
Yeah. Put yourself out there.
That is very much a thing. I think a common thread too. You see people that are successful. And we talk about this book a lot. Sean and I talk about this book.
Hypomanic Edge. Yes.
Yeah. In reading that book, I'm like, oh, that's why I don't care about things. Like, I'm a little bit, I'm not right in the head. And that's why I'm okay with doing these things. My sister, you said you like my shirt. You like my shirts. My sister teases me. It's funny. And she's like, "When are you going to be an adult man?" And I'm like, "Well, I am. I'm just not the version that you're expecting."
Yeah.
And then I told you, say, this
is an adult man anyway.
Artists make these shirts, right? And artist makes these art, and the artist gets a royalty when I buy clothes from this company. And it's
that's a real man,
isn't it? Well,
supporting people.
But that's why I love you say, like, stop caring what people think. It's like, how are you defining? Who's defining these things? You redefined your whole life, coming from a place where it's like, hey, go get a degree in something good, get a good job, work for a good company.
Work for the
Um,
man.
yeah, that was,
Pay your taxes.
one day I was in college one day, and I leaned over to my friend Dave and said, hey, bud, why are we here again? And he's like, so we can get a degree, And I was like, well, why do we need a degree? He's like, so we can get a good job. And I said, what if I don't want a good job? He's like, hey, man, I don't know what to tell you. Go for business or something. And I'm like, what would I do there? What if I want to own a college? What classes do I have to take if I want to own a college? Because I'm writing a lot of checks to this place. And he's like, hey, man, I don't know what to tell you. And I said, well, what are you majoring? And he said, investment banking. And I said, what's attracting you to investment banking? He's like, Chris, no matter what you're going to do, it's going to suck. So you might as well make a lot of money doing it. And I think that was pretty close to, and I didn't finish college, and that was one of the pivotal moments in me saying, this isn't for me. And as would have it, I stopped going to class. If I didn't like a class, I just didn't go. If I liked a class, I went. And then I started learning some stuff. I started taking classes, popping into friends' classes and things. I'm like, oh, that sounds interesting, and I wasn't even registered for the class. And that was pretty cool. So then I got put in academic probation for a semester, moved out of the dorms, and we had to get an apartment. And a real estate agent, I handed him $3,000 in Astoria. He showed me 2 places in one building and got us an apartment. And I said, man, that guy was super cheesy. I got more talent in my little finger. I wanted to be a real estate investor. And I thought, man, I'll get my real estate license. It was 40 hours at the time until I figure out what I want to be when I grow up. And the rest was history, right? Then I discovered all the things like you did. Wow, I'm really helping people. I wanted to be a school teacher. I wanted to do all these things where I could help people. But then I realized that I'm like, man, I became so passionate about helping people achieve the dream of home ownership and help them solve their problems and give them, helping dreams come true. It was such a fun thing for me because I never fancied myself a salesperson. Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
If I shadowed you for a day, what would surprise me?
How much I run around and chase kids, which you can probably hear crying right now.
Oh, I'm not surprised at all. I was surprised you were able to pop on here in the middle of the afternoon, but we don't care, man. We bring the kids. Everybody's along for the ride. So what do you believe about real estate that most agents disagree with? That you can't do it all. Oh, Ben.
Yeah, he is. I think he fell.
He fell.
What? Ooh,
we were together. We were having breakfast over there when I was in Huntsville, man. And he was running around. He was like, on one foot, and I'm like, he doesn't fall over, man. You're like, oh yeah, he does.
Oh yeah, he does. Thankfully, this is on carpet though, so we're good. Gosh, that is so hard. I think most agents would agree that not all agents are created equal because there are some out there that are like,
yeah.
Oh my goodness, that was a journey on that transaction. You've got great questions, Chris.
Oh, that's what I do. My whole entire day, every day, my life is just asking people questions every day. It doesn't matter if it's a coaching call. It doesn't matter if I'm training people. It's this is just what I do. But I'm super curious, right?
Gosh, I had to think on that for a second. Oh man. Well, okay, I have a very strict process for when it comes to how I list a property, and most of them don't agree with that. They think I'm doing too much.
Yeah, and so regardless of what the price tag is on it, right?
Yeah, every home gets the same attention, regardless of the property price, and regardless of what my paycheck's going to look like at the end of the day.
I love that. That's a great thing.
Deserves to have that kind of attention.
That's a great thing, and I think that is huge. I ran into the same thing. Why are you doing a full video tour on this studio co-op in Jamaica Estates, and they're only asking $89,000 for the property? And it's, I do the same thing for everybody. Otherwise, I'm not going to take it, right?
Exactly. And if people, this is going to also probably be unpopular. If people disagree if a seller disagrees on how to do how to take it on, I'm not taking on the property. I'm not. It's going to be a headache. If you do not agree with my, sorry if you hear my phone ringing. If you do not agree with the process, we cannot work together. We cannot be partners in this.
Been sick to that, have standards. Having standards is so important. I think that's a thing a lot of people drop. Can I ask you one more question?
Yes, absolutely.
All right. What's one move someone listening can make this week to level up?
Answer your phone.
You started my training. I was talking about, people, you get that, the picture, that agent on the telephone. I'm available 24/7. That's the one that never picks up their phone, right? So answer your phone. Answer your phone. Or call your leads. I like, at Cloud Realty, all your staff there, everyone's got shirts. What do those shirts say?
Call your damn leads.
It is so simple. It is so simple, yet few people get it right. But is there anything I'm not asking you that you want to share with people that might pop into this and see it?
You really don't have to do anything in the way that it's been done before. If you want to work do real estate in a different way, just because some big real estate company does it one way doesn't mean you have to do it. There is a big company up here in Huntsville that was started by an engineer turned realtor. And he used what he knew in engineering to create an assembly line-like process. And people, of course, everybody's going to have something to say about everything. But the way he developed his internal teams and internal operations were all revolving around his engineering background. It is like an A to Z process. He has special teams that take care of the requests for repairs, take care of the inspections. A to Z, it's covered. So do it different. Who cares? This is basically like a creative license to help people, as long as you dot your I's and cross your T's how you need to compliantly. Be weird. Be the weird pharmacist, be the weird real estate agent who is obsessed with football. Like we've got one in Huntsville that's obsessed with pickleball. He has a pickleball and paddle thing in his logo. His car is wrapped with it. So people know that one of his passions in his life is pickleball. He serves his community that way. He does community fundraisers with pickleball tournaments. And it all comes back to being an advertising opportunity and getting his face and his name out there. So do it different.
Yeah.
Who cares? You don't have to do it like everybody else. Get crazy headshots done, wear a floor-length fur coat. People remember that stuff.
Yeah. I love that. That's great advice. Thank you so much for joining us today, man. It's you've got it, man. You've got these things figured out. You've got a lot of balls up in the air for sure. And I really enjoy working with you guys. And thanks for popping on today last minute, not knowing what I was going to ask you, kids and all.
It is my pleasure. Thank you for dealing with the mobile camera.
Easy enough. We are so flexible here. We are doing it different for sure. And let's go. We got to tug on Sean, get him to join us next time. And then we can have next time I'm up there in Huntsville or something, you guys are down here, we can do it all,
Yes.
we do it all in person. It'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah. Well, thank you for having me. I really enjoyed it, as always.
Of course, be on the lookout for these. We're going to start dripping these things out. Kara's really easy to get in touch with. Just follow these videos, and there's going to be more videos coming and clips. And you can, reach her out there on Instagram. CloudRealty.com is the place to check out what they've got going on. And we are looking forward to seeing you out there again in the virtual world. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Chris. See you later.
Bye, everybody.